Hey guys, God bless you. This is Bible Wise Money. Today I'm going to talk about the power of T. Last episode we spoke about the power of X. The power of T is the ability over time to increase money. So if I ask you a quick question, if I could take $1 and turn it into $2, is that better than taking $1 and turning it into $4? We knew that because of the power of X, taking 1 and turning it into 4 is 4X. Taking $1 and turning it into 2 is only 2X. Join me inside the video. I'm going to tell you why sometimes it's better to have 2X than 4X. Okay, guys, here we go. We're talking about the power of T. As it relates to money, I'm calling it time. The principle that I want to talk about comes from the book of Luke, chapter 19. And in this parable, which Jesus tells, he talks about a person of noble birth who goes away to a far country to come back as king. And before he leaves, he goes to his servants and gives his servants measures of money. It's called a talent. He's talking about money. And he gives them an equal measure. And he says, put this money to work until I come back. We have an obligation to ensure that every dollar that we come in contact with, every dollar that we earn, every dollar we have potential to earn, that we put it to work. I heard one person say it this way: we cannot afford to have lazy money. No lazy money. Every dollar you have that you have access to, you need to make sure it's maximized. So if your way of thinking is the only money that I ever have is the money that I earn, and Carlos, all I have is a minimum wage job, or all I have is a living wage job, and I can't get ahead, or maybe for whatever reason, they don't like me, I don't feel I'm educated, I don't feel I'm qualified, I can't get ahead, and I'm limited. One of the things I really want to share with you is you are not at all limited. You can indeed increase not only your income, but the earnings potential of your money. Put your money to work. No lazy money. And when he returns, he evaluates each of his servants to see how they did. And one person took 1 talent and multiplied it and made it into 10, right? That's the power of X. That's called 10X return. Another one took 1 talent and multiplied it into 5. That's the power of X that we learned about last time. That's a 5X return. And the other one, it says, buried the talent in the earth and did not have any return at all. And in the same fashion that Jesus tells his parable, he's also teaching this principle that we as his servants should be about multiplying the things that he's entrusted to us, whether that's our talents or our gifts or finances or whatever it is. We should all be about X, multiplying, and we should all be about T, which is measuring the amount of time that we have to do it. So I started this video with a question, which is better than 2X and 4X. If you've been following a while, you would say, Carlos, absolutely 4X. 4X is a 400% return. 4X is always better than 2X. Actually, that's not always true. Take a look at this visual. If you had 12 months and you started at $1, 2 people started at $1 each, and the first person is able to get 4X return, but let's say that 4X returns happens every 90 days. So let's say they're selling a physical product as we're doing as a challenge, as part of this challenge. After 3 months, they have $4. They turn $1 into 4. After 6 months, they turn to $4 because they reinvest the $4. Now the $4 becomes 16. and they reinvest that, and the 16 becomes 64 after 9 months. And then finally, after 12 full months, they've turned that $1 into $256. That's amazing. That's a 256x over the course of 1 year by using the power of X, 4x return over 90 days each time. However, if you gave another person $1 and they're able to 2x it every 30 days, you notice by this graph, you see after a month they have $2. The following month they reinvest that $2, they're able to turn it into $4. And then 8 and 16 and 32, and you continue to go all the way down. By the time they reach 12 months, they have turned that $1 into $4,096. 4,000x return. So this person was able to 2x, but they were able to 2x very quickly. They were able to do it every 30 days, unlike the first person that did 4x every 90 days. So this becomes critical for anyone who's in business, because you need to understand this concept of being able to multiply the capital that you have, the money that you have in your business, or in our case, since we're doing e-commerce sales. And as you know, the challenge is to take $100 and to turn it into $10,000 in cash over the course of 10 months. So we need to understand not only the power of X, but the power of T, because if you can do it quicker, it actually might make sense to sometimes invest in 2x returns. Let me give you some practical examples of the power of T. When should you collect your Social Security? If you collect your Social Security at age 62 and a half, you might be aware that you get less than if you waited till the age of 67. It's also possible to defer when you get Social Security payments. So for example, you could wait until the age of 70 and actually get an additional amount. So when do you collect Social Security? At 62? At 67? At 70? It depends. But if you understand the power of T, it'll help you make the decision. And so T represents what's called in economics the time value of money. I'll just say that T equals time. And so this is critical, because even if you're reselling, and I've been teaching about the power of X, there's actually going to be times where it's better to make 2x than it is to make 4x. Well, how would you know that? You have to understand the power of T. I had a viewer, Wilson, shout out to Wilson, who asked me a question the other day, and he's recently come into some comic books, which I know a fair amount about, and he said he had 3 particular comics, and they're valued, that he can tell more or less at about $50. That's how much they sell for. And he had someone who said, I will buy all 3 of them today for $105. So the question is, should he take 105 today, or should he sell them later on for $50 each, which is $150? 105 or 50, which is better? And the answer to that is it all depends. And basically what I told him, listen, if you have a bill to pay today, you have your electric bill that just came due for $100, it's better to sell them today, get the money, pay the bill. However, if you don't need the money today and you can wait a little while, and maybe a little while is a few weeks or a couple extra months, it might actually be better to wait so that you can get a higher return. So it all depends on what you're going to do with the funds and what you need it for. To go back to the example of Social Security, you can collect your Social Security at 62 and a half. Most people say, yeah, but Carlos, you're going to get much less. But the question really is this. If you collect Social Security at the age of 62 and a half, which is early, they give you less, it's true. What are you going to do with the funds? If you say, well, I'm going to use it, I'm going to eat with it, I'm going to pay my rent with it, I'm going to go on vacation, I'm going to basically spend it and consume it, it might actually be better for you to wait. Or you might say, Carlos, I am an entrepreneur. I know how to turn $1 into $2, into 3, into 4, into 10. I know exactly what you're talking about when you're saying taking $100 and turning it into 10,000 in 10 months. I do that all the time. That's what I do. My intention is to take everything that I can get as soon as I get it, because I could take it and using the power of X, I'm going to multiply it. So I don't mind getting less sooner because I know the way I can invest it. I know the way I can grow it. And so some people, but it may not be many, would actually say better to take Social Security sooner if your intent is to invest it and to increase its value much more than if you just waited. Here's another example. How many of you have ever noticed when somebody wins the lottery, big time lottery, they almost always take the immediate payout? And have you ever noticed, because they give you an option, you can take an immediate payout, they'll cut you a check, or you can get installment payments, what they call an annuity, over 20 years. So you might hear about the person who wins a $100 million lottery and they choose to take it all today. And in fact, how much do they get? I don't know, maybe about 65 million. That's what happens with T in reverse. 100 million in the future is only worth, let's say, 65 million today. And of course, they have to pay tax on that as well. So by the time they get their check, they might actually only get 30 million. And I know what you're thinking, like, I'll take 30 million any day. But it really comes down to what are you going to do with the funds? It's absolutely better to take the 20-year payout, the 20-year annuity. Most lottery millionaires go broke between 3 to 5 years. So if you're waiting there thinking, boy, if I can just have $1 million or millions of dollars, I'll be financially set, in most cases, you are absolutely wrong. Why? Because as I've said in earlier episodes, finances is 80% behavior. If you don't correct the behaviors, you will mess up $1 million the same way you will mess up $1,000 or $10,000. And even if you're a multimillionaire, you can still go bankrupt. And if you don't believe it, see how many celebrities go bankrupt, see how many athletes become bankrupt. Talk about multimillionaires who never address their behaviors and go broke. Let me give you another example. I had the opportunity once, I had a comic book because that's my background. Amazing Spider-Man #1. I purchased it for $950. I listed it knowing that it would sell very quickly. It sold within 2 days. And I sold it for $1,250. I made a $300 profit. But I understood this is a comic book that was so in demand that I would sell it immediately. So I wasn't expecting a huge return as a percentage. I said, I just know I could flip it from $950 to $1,250 and do that within a day or two. And that's exactly what I did. And what I found interesting is the person who purchased from me actually owned a comic book store in Canada. And he let me know after I shipped the book, he said he already had a customer that was waiting for the book and he had already sold the book for $1,600. See, that's an example where the amount of time that it would take to make a profit was so quick that it was okay for me and it was okay for that comic book owner not to expect a high return as a percentage. Sometimes it's going to make the most sense to add items into your portfolio of products that do not make a 2x return or do not make a 3x return because you know you can sell them that quickly. So that is the power of T. You need to consider it as it relates to being a physical product seller, but you also need to consider it for other elements of your life, something as simple as when do I draw Social Security? Or if I do have the opportunity to get money sooner, should I do it? So that's it for this episode. I hope you got something out. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button as well. God bless you. I'll see you inside the next video. Do not let George be lazy. No lazy money, man. You got to put it to work. You better get out there, George. You better work it. Work it. If you've ever seen Pretty Woman, you know that reference. If you haven't, that's where it comes from. And if you've seen Pretty Woman, right now you're probably thinking, that's so inappropriate.